Hey guys, welcome back to more of the BBTAG 2.0.2 tier list. Let's finish up the high tier for this video because I want to save top tier for its own couple of videos. And a character that I also, once again, have a lot to say about, Chie Satonaka. She has always been such a fun character to just play casually, and now as of this patch, she is actually a freaking monster. She was already pretty decent in some teams, if not disgusting in some teams, back in 1.5, but this patch really sets the stage for her. Primarily, the Agniastra buff. Now you can literally Tiger the Agniastra and still air dash afterward before you freaking land. That's how little recovery that thing has now. It's insane! And really, that is all she freaking needed. That alone gives her a reason to constantly be burning meter just to approach, because she's always going to have a way to do so. And in a lot of teams now, she can actually be a dangerous threat. Now that people have actually figured out the real use for 6P, it is actually pretty dumb the shit she can do. She also serves as one of the better resonance anchors in the game due to power charge, which is still freaking ridiculous. That said, Chie sometimes has a bit of trouble dealing with longer range just due to her stubby buttons in general, but the shit she's got going for her now is so damn good that it actually doesn't matter in a good majority of cases. This is the best Chie has ever been, flat out, and it is such a good feeling after the hell that was 1.3 Chie. Oh, you have no idea how happy I am for this girl. She is freaking amazing after all. Like, Chie is just adorable, she is awesome, and I'm just so glad she's getting the treatment she deserves. Moving on, we have got series protagonist as far as BlazBlue goes, Ragna the Bloodedge, and once again, this is a really damn fun character, although I'm not playing him anymore just so I can focus on him in Central Fiction when I get it. That said, Ragna is really damn scary this patch. They kind of overdid it on the Soul Eater buff. The new 2B, which is his old 6D in Central Fiction, is pretty nice. It does weaken combos a little bit, but it adds a lot to the high-low mix game, and it is so damn scary. He does have ways he can combo into it, but the options afterward are semi-limited. That said, he is still definitely a threat in this patch, and is definitely one to look out for, especially considering now due to his high healing in Resonance, he's one of the better Resonance anchors because of that alone. That said, not much else really changed with the guy, so moving right along. Well, outside of the fact that he now has a 7-frame 2A, meaning he has a faster normal than Jesus Kick now, it's actually worth a damn. Moving right along from one protagonist to the next, we have got Under Knight's protagonist, Hyde Kido. Now, he didn't change much this patch either. The 555B additional scaling did get nerfed a bit, which I'm fine with because it encourages learning harder routes. He does also have a new follow-up out of his A and B orbiters in EX Ben Sinister, which he can actually combo afterwards, so that is a nice little thing. But the biggest thing he got that actually makes him such a threat now, all of his normals and all of his skills, including I believe his distortions as well, have an increase in chip damage on block. For those who don't know, Hyde's main gimmick in Under Knight was that all of his sword normals did chip damage on block as well, and that carried over here. And now it's actually a bit stronger, which in my opinion is what he needed. I actually called this change outright quite a while ago, and I'm glad to see that he actually got it. Now he's in a really good spot, despite being really solid on assists, albeit a bit predictable on assists these days. His own point game is a lot more solid to make up for it, as it should be. Honestly, even if you don't change Hyde, he'll always be in a good spot now. That said, moving on, we are now going to move on to Jubei. This character got quite a lot of new stuff this patch, most notably the fact that he now has his parry. All three versions of it have a way to set up Black Panther loops. A and B just go straight into that stuff, whereas the C1 lets him combo into normal Shiranui Steel, which in turn does once again set up the loops. And as a whole, Jubei's main combo game is freaking ridiculous as always, But now in all of this, on top of having some really good mixes, some might argue he's at least top 15, and that's kind of where I put him, actually. He's just really friggin' good. The only issue is we have better characters, so he isn't quite top tier, or arguably top tier like he used to be. Moving on, we have got freaking... who was it? I want to say it was Susano'o. Yeah, Susano'o. This character is all kinds of freaking nuts. Massive damage, pretty damn good assists, and just all around really large buttons. The main issue is that he does die heavily to push block, and especially to getting zoned out. But if he gets in on you and starts applying pressure, this is a scary character to deal with, and in the long run, the reward is so damn good that it really doesn't matter as much that he dies heavily to push block. He's effectively a balanced Akihiko in that regard. Although, a lot of people will say he did lose his identity due to losing the seal mechanic, which I agree, but at the very least, he was well balanced for this game. That I can appreciate. And to wrap up the high tier, we have got Weiss Schnee. Now, some might argue that this character can still be a top tier. I say we have better characters running around right now. And she didn't really change too much. The main thing she did get is that her Ice Pillar, which is her 2-2, yes, there are actually inputs for that in this game. Speaking of which, Akatsuki's 2-2 was his DP in Eunice. Why doesn't he have it here? But back on topic. She can now cancel out of setting up the Ice Pillar into setting up Glyphs, which is really freaking nice, because it actually gives her a reason to use that. The one thing I will say, though, is that she's still kind of one note, getting carried mostly by her disjointed as fuck 5A. But it's such a damn good button that alone keeps her at least in the top of high tier. There really isn't much else to say about Weiss, because not much changed. She's just basically the same as ever. It's just that more characters exist now that are just a bit better. And speaking of which, in the next video, we're going to be starting the big leagues. The freaking top tiers. Oh boy, I'm going to have quite a lot to say on these guys. Till the next video, later guys.